Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Seda and this is my little corner where I talk all about knitting, my finished objects, my works in progress and some acquisitions that I make. Let's talk about my finished objects first. I have finished my Sophie Hood. And that is, I am loving this. I love this yarn and I love how it looks. This is so soft. I love this yarn. Let me show you. This is Gazelle Baby Alpaca, which is 55% baby alpaca, 45% merino. So it's a alpaca merino blend and it's a pure color. It's not dyed. I use this yarn to knit my Stockholm hat and yeah, the same color, in the same colorway. And I use this yarn to knit my kilometer scarf and penny glove. So this is like my favorite yarn for accessory knitting right now. Yeah, I guess. This is like the other Sophies, but you have that hoodie shape right at the where you end up with certain number of stitches and you shape that hood and then you shape the other half and then you seam those, you graft those two pieces to make that hood. Yeah, and this is a very fun knit. It's very enjoyable, it's very engaging. I hear that I've never knitted a Sophie scarf or Sophie shawl, so my intention first was to knit the shawl. But then I saw the Sophie Hood and I changed my mind so that I could have a hood and a scarf together. And I'm so happy about it because the pattern is so engaging. I've heard that Sophie scarf and Sophie shawl, it's not mindless, but it's so repetitive, so it could get monotonous from time to time. But this, like just as you think that you're getting monotonous, then starts the fun part, the hood part, and then kind of mindless knitting again. So the pattern comes in 3 sizes, small, medium and large. I knitted the first size in the pattern. The hood size for 3 of the sizes does not change. The hood stitch count is all the same. What changes is that the increase rate, like let's say for the first size you increase in every fourth row, and for the medium size you increase like in every 6th row. It's not correct. I'm just making it up. That's the only thing that changes in sizes. In order to make the scarf longer, the increase frequency rate changes so that the scarf is longer or shorter, not the hood size. The hood size is all the same in all 3 sizes. The pattern suggests 5mm needles, US 8, but I went down half a needle size and I used 4.5mm needles, US 7, and I am really happy about the results. I am loving this hood scarf. My second finished object, or objects because I have two, is another headpiece, which is a balaclava style hood, and it's my own design. And I have a free pattern, a free written pattern, and I have a step-by-step YouTube tutorial. I'll just link it down below. So if you would like to make one for yourself or for your loved ones, just check the description box. So that is my Istanbul hood. This is, I made this in two colors, but this one I made it in a single color. So I used 6mm needles, holding the yarn double. I used Fibra Natura Shepherd's Own, and the whole piece is knitted in garter stitch. So you cast on here at the very front of the forehead section, I can say. Then you knit certain couple of rows, and then you pick up stitches here. You knit those live stitches, and then you pick up stitches here again, and then knit the two, the U shape, until you come to a certain length, and then you cast on stitches here for the underchin section, and you knit everything for a couple of rounds, and then you go on to the rib section. So let me put this on first. So that is a simple design with all garter stitch, 1x1 rib, and a 3-stitch I-cord bind off around the face opening section. But what I did for the I-cord section is that instead of knitting those 3 stitches, I just made 1 knit, 1 purl, and 1 knit stitch again. So it's a 3-stitch I-cord edge, but the stitch in the middle is not a knit stitch but a purl stitch. So it's so it's kind of flat, not too round, and yeah. So when you just put it down, it's like that. And what I realized, that if the hoodie has a snug neck shaping, this looks better. So you just take the inside to the outside and just use it like a neckline of a sweater. So this one, like, it looks better this way. See? And when you want to like use it as a hood again, when you want to wear it onto your head again, you just turn this inside out again and put your hood like that. Yeah, so that is the Istanbul hood by myself. And please don't forget to tag me and use hashtag Istanbul hood when you post on your Instagram account. I'd be very happy to see. And if you got stuck at any section of the pattern, just DM me or write a comment under the YouTube tutorial. So that is the Istanbul hood. Another finished object. Can I define it as a finished object? I don't know, because I didn't make the zipper. I didn't place the zipper, and I don't know if I would ever place a lining in it. I don't know. But I finished my house clutch, which was a real pain for me because the houses, they're duplicate stitch and I hated it. And these small designs, they're stranded color work, and I love it. I love stranded color work. And I think these are not the exact, especially this one, not the exact design that the pattern has, but I just modified it. So I don't know if this is a finished project, but yeah, it's kind of finished. Now let's move on to whips. I am this close to finishing my Inge sweater because I just need to finish the hem and the bind off of the hem. So this is the Inge sweater by Lene Holme Samsoe. You start knitting it here at the rolled over neck section, and then you move on to the ribbing and you change a lot of needles. I think you start with a 2.5 millimeter needle here, I'm not sure, and then 3.5, and now the body is knitted on 4.5 millimeter needles. Yeah, use 7. And there are short rows in the neckline, and then there are some raglan increases as well. It's an all-over colorwork design, and the design is very impressive. I'm loving this sweater, and I can't wait to wear it before the winter is over. And I'm using Rowan Alpaca Soft Decay, which is one of my favorite yarns, and I think that's gonna be like my favorite yarn for colorwork. I just purchased Rowan Tweed, but I haven't gotten to using it yet. But this is the second time I'm using Rowan Alpaca Soft Decay. The first one was for my Emile jacket by Sarah Nordland. But this is the first time I'm using Rowan Alpaca Soft Decay for a colorwork design, and I am so happy about it. The yarn is so soft and it blends so well after blocking, because I gave this project a mid-block, and it was because I thought I was puckering, but I wasn't. Yeah, and it was. The result is so good. I love how the colors blend after blocking. As for the pattern, there's something I'm not so happy about, which is the pattern does not align where the decreases are. So you just, it's not so bad, but it's kind of distracting. I don't know if there was a faux seam line would make it any better. But yeah, that is what the pattern calls for. For the side, beginning of row, it is kind of visible, but I just duplicate stitched. Where is it? Yeah, here. So it's not that visible. It's not distracting. The pattern starts with this red plus kind of shape, and the sample also ends with that same pattern shape. And for the hem as well, just before the hem. So that's what I copied. I exactly did the same for the sleeves, and I'm exactly doing the same for the last repeat of that red section. And let me put this on so that I can show you how it looks. Look at this. Look how beautiful this sweater is. And one other thing I want to talk about the pattern is that the underarm section where the sleeve and the body is separated, it's kind of low. I would like that to be higher up, and I think it would get a little bit longer after blocking, but the design is so good that everything else is, yeah, it's okay. Like the undersleeve decrease section and the low underarm section, it's all okay. I'm really happy that I'm knitting this sweater. And next time in my episode, I think I'll be wearing this as a finished object. So excited. And yeah, I don't know what I'll be doing with all these ends. Because there are a lot of ends. But if you have any suggestions, please tell me, because I don't want to weave in like countless ends. Can I leave them as is? Tell me, what can I do with those countless ends? Yeah, and that is the Inge Sweater. My second whip is the Oslo Sweater by Petiteknit. This is a drop shoulder design, and it has a European shaped back where you start knitting at the back and start increasing, and then pick up stitches for the fronts and join the fronts and join everything to work in the round. This is a very simple pattern, because it's all over stockinette. But you need to work back and forth before you start to work in the round. So you kind of purl a lot before you join everything in the round. I am in the last episode I had just joined in the round in the underarm section. I am about to finish the stockinette section, and I think I'll be going to the rib section like very soon. I am using Isager Alpaca 2 and Rowan Cashmere Haze held together, and I am loving the texture and the color combination. I am very happy about it, but one thing that bothers me, it's all me, is I think I am puckering here because I collected a lot less stitches than I should have. Like, I am knitting the second size and I collected 4 less stitches than the smallest size. So it's like it's a lot of less stitches. It's a lot less stitches than the pattern suggests. So it's kind of, I don't know if it would block out, but if it bothers me after blocking, I could just rip out the neckline and collect as many stitches as the pattern suggests for my size, and then knit the folded neck again. I don't think that my neckline is as thick as the one in the sample photo. I don't know why, because is it my row gauge? Could it be my row gauge? I haven't checked my row gauge again, but it might have. Yeah, I think it's because of my row gauge. I don't know. But yeah, I'll be knitting the hem, and then I'll be knitting the sleeves, and then I'll have another very basic, very staple, relaxed, oversized, kind of oversized, yeah, oversized, very classic sweater. And that is the Oslo Sweater by Petiteknit. And I have a new, very exciting cast on, which is the Daydreamer Cardigan by Kutovakika or Veronica Lindberg. This is an all-over half fisherman's rib cardigan, which has very thick raglan increases. I have just joined under the arms, under the sleeves, and yeah, let me put this on first. This is where I am at right now. I put my sleeves on hold. I'll be knitting down the body, and then I'll knit the sleeves, and then it will be finished. I'm knitting size 3 because actually my size, according to the pattern, should be size 2, but I'm 1 stitch off, so I'm knitting size 3 instead. I am using Gazelle Alpaca Air, which is a blown yarn like Drops Air, held together with Gazelle Super Kid Mohair. And I'm trying to achieve a certain look because the pattern is like an exact, not an exact, but a very close dupe for the Emile Cardigan by Sezane. And I love that design. So when Kutovakika came up with this pattern, I just immediately bought it, and I was searching for a very similar look that one of the Emile Cardigan colorways, and this two together is like the closest look that I could get. And while I am casting on stitches for the undersleeve section, I have just learned a new backward loops cast on method, so I use that, and I'll just put it like on the screen for you to see, and maybe you would like to use as well, because backward loops, they're loose, but this method makes them more sturdy and more controllable, more easier to control. Yeah. And I am using the recommended needle size, which is 5mm US 8, and yeah, here I have Kutovakika uses snap buttons for her sample, but I would like regular buttons for my version, and it says 18mm for regular size buttons, but I think they're kind of small. These are the closest color that I could find in 18mm size diameter for the ones that the Emile cardigan has. But I don't know, they're kind of small. The Emile cardigan, it has really larger buttons. I think they're 22 or 25mm in diameter. I'm not sure. But because the pattern says it should be 18mm in diameter, I just ordered 18mm buttons. So yeah, this would be my Daydreamer cardigan. And before I forget, I am wearing my ranunculus today. This is a very popular pattern. If you're into knitting world, you know that pattern very well. This is my first and only ranunculus, but I'm planning to knit another one because I've seen a couple of versions that I would like to make. Especially, I would like to make another one in short sleeves. This I knitted in BC Garn BioBalance, which is a cotton wool blend, and I used the recommended needle size, 6mm needles, just 10, and I held the yarn double. I love this design. I love that lacy yoke section. I think it looks gorgeous. It's kind of, I don't know, I kind of like it more as I wear it, as I see it more often. There's some sleeve options in the pattern, but I didn't opt for them. I just went for a regular sleeve where you make certain decreases until the hem. I think the sleeve length is okay. Yeah. And yeah, I would like to make another one with short sleeves. I saw a short sleeve version in Knitting with Eve's YouTube channel, and she used Fibra Natura papyrus, and it looked amazing. So I would like to make another one with that exact same yarn. And I have a whole vlog about it, so if you would like to check that, I'll just link that down below to see my whole journey, like my very struggled journey with my first ranunculus. I just bought 2 needle sets. The first one is the Grande set, which are 15 centimeter or 6-inch DPNs. Before I still have, before I bought 20 centimeter DPNs, and it doesn't have that range of sizes. And I mostly use my DPNs for like small circumferences. That's why I needed some shorter DPNs, and when I saw that my local knit pro shop has that new set, I don't know if it's new, but they just brought it recently, so I just grabbed one immediately, and yeah, they're very handy for me. And I use all of my needle sets. Like, I think I made some pretty smart decisions in my needle sets. So that is the first set that I got, and this is Knit Pro or Knitter's Pride. Mindful, in the Mindful series, it's Knit Pro Believe. Before I have the shorter ones, like 10 centimeter ones, and this is 13 centimeter long set, and it starts from 3 millimeters, US 2.5, and it goes up to 6 millimeters. If you have Chiaogoo needles, the metal ones, I think it's called red lace. Yes, red lace. Yeah, this set is very much like this one. So it's like an affordable, like a more affordable alternative to Chiaogoos. If Chiaogoos are not available in like wherever you live, or if you can't afford it, this set, Knit Pro or Knitter's Pride Mindful set, the Mindful collection, that is the 13 centimeter version. This set is called Believe, and yeah, I highly recommend this set because it's like as I said, it's very much like these Chiaogoo needles. I think that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and please like the video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.